In this video, I'll be covering task 3 and task 4 of the same TryHackMe room, that Linux strength training room. And again, I just wanted to be mindful of everybody's time, so I didn't want to sit there and do like 9 tasks and make some long format, hour-long video. So this will just cover task 3 and task 4, which is again working with files, and then task 4 is going to be getting an intro to hashing. If you don't know, I'm the host and the creator of the channel Network Ninja, and I'm just trying to establish a community of IT pros that are all trying to boss up their skills this year, trying to level up. Alright, so let's get it. I'll jump over to that room right now, and as you can see, it's the same room and everything. So task 3 is working with files, and then task 4 is going to be that introduction. Then we got a couple other tasks to knock out, but starting off, we got working with files. We're going to be learning about copying files and folders, moving files, renaming files, creating files, all of that kind of good stuff. In this section is really good. They broke it down. They give you syntax, a real example, and then what that command would do would be in this column. Again, most of this is for you to do your own research. I'm going to be able to get through this one quickly because these first few questions, I think 1, 2, 3, 4, the first 4 questions are really for you to just research how to work with files and everything, and to just do your own thing and really just use this as a reference guide to get these answers. That's how I got all of these answers right here and everything, and it gives little explanations as you're learning and everything. But this last one is we need to get a flag and everything. The first instruction for this one is to find the file named readme hint.txt inside that top sun directory from the previous video. If you didn't watch the previous video, I suggest highly to go back and check out that video and everything. So we're going to go into top sun's directory and then read it, and then we're going to use those instructions that it gives us to get the second flag. What we want to do is get over here to our machine, and we're just going to SSH over into that top sun directory. But first of all, we got to get to that target machine. So we're going to use top sun as our username, and then the IP address of the target machine is always right here. You have to launch the target machine if you don't know to get it going. And then this machine that I'm in is the attack box that they give us, or the VM that we're in. So just paste that IP address right there, and the password is top sun, I believe. Give it a second and I'll log it right in. Step 1 of this question would be to just find that file. So we'll use those skills that we've already developed. Again, these rooms should be free, so you should just be able to get in there and do your own thing and follow along with me if you could. And so you want to put in the file name that we're searching for. I'm not going to break down the syntax of this. Again, I did videos previously on this that you can go check out. Or you could use the TryHackMe room and figure out all of these commands and everything. So boom, right there, it's going to show you the directory or the path where that file is sitting, and it's sitting over there in the records finances directory. So we're just going to change our directory, which would be step 2 of this, right? To just change our directory over there so we can read that file. Record finances. Now I'm in that directory, and now I can just cat to open the file, readme. The instructions are to move the moveme.txt file to the March folder directory. That's one of the part of the instructions, and then you got to execute the sh program to reveal the second flag. Again, you can find out all of that information right here. See, run a bash script program. It already tells you how to do all of that, and the other instructions as well that they're wanting you to research. You could just use the research right there and TryHackMe, Google, ChatGPT, whatever you got to do, right? First of all, we're going to have to move that move me.txt file to the March folder. So let's just list all the files that are in this directory, and as you can see, the move me file and the March folder directory both have a dash in front of it. So step 3 of this to find this is when you're going to move this, you're going to use MV to move it, but you got to throw 2 dashes. You have to throw 2 dashes in front of this to let the operating system know that the next file or directory that you're going to pass to the command is going to have a dash in front of it. So you hit enter, and now the next step is to CD over to that March folder. Again, you're going to have to put that dash right there to let it know that you're going over to something that has a dash. Oops, March. I'm going to throw that backwards in there, right? And then you can just tab it out and it'll get you right to that directory. And we see that move me.txt file is right there, as well as that sh program that we're going to have to run so that it could reveal that flag for us. So to run this run me or this .sh program, you just have to put a dot / and then the name right there. Oops. And that's how I got that flag. As you can see, pops out right there. And then if you scroll down, that's the flag right there. So that takes care of task 3. Moving on to task 4. It's a intro to hashing, so it just gives you some information about hashing and everything like that. Even has a little video, tells you how to crack hashes, tells you about John the Ripper, which is a password cracking tool. John the Ripper, probably one of the oldest tools, I believe, for cracking passwords and everything. Again, these questions in this task will help you develop those skills. So the first question says to download the hash file attached to this task and attempt to crack the MD5 hash. I just logged into the room and I downloaded it right here, and it downloaded it directly to my machine. Let me get back over there to my machine, and it downloaded it right to my directory that I'm sitting in right now, which is the /root directory right there. And I got the file right there. So all I'm going to do is open the file and get the hash. Since I already know what the hash is, or I'm sorry, I know what the hash type is, MD5. So to crack this hash, since they already told me in the question the hash type is MD5, all I have to do is give that information to John the Ripper, the password cracking tool, and then also I have to give it a word list to run through, meaning John the Ripper is going to take that hash and it's going to compare that hash to a word list that I feed it, and then it's going to compare the hash to the word list, and if it finds a match that it believes that with this MD5 hash type, it'll crack it and it'll present to me what the password is, if it's able to do that. So the syntax for that is John, and then you got to do -- format equals raw -MD5. Then you have to specify a word list to feed it. So word list equals, and then we're going to use the rocku.txt word list, and rocku.txt is just a huge file that has a lot of passwords that are commonly used. I think they even came from data breaches and all kinds of stuff. You just throw the path name for whatever list you have. If you have your own list, you just got to download it onto this machine and give it the path name to this word list. Now I have to specify what file I want John the Ripper to get the hash from, and that's hash1.txt. Once I do that, you can see it cracked it right there, and the password is secret123. Question number 2 is we're going to SSH to the same target machine right here, right? But we're going to go in as the user named Sarah, and then we're going to use that password. And then what they want us to do is what is the hash type stored in the file hasha.txt, right? So clear the screen. So SSH is Sarah at, go ahead and throw that in there, the IP address. And the password was rainbow tree 1230x. Now we're in there as Sarah. Alright, once we're logged in as Sarah, the next step is to find that hasha.txt file. I believe that was the name of the file. So again, just helping you develop that muscle memory, right? And there we go. We have the path right there to the file. So we're just going to change our directory to that. System AB, server settings. Alright, now that we're in the directory, we can use the less command and open that file. There's our hash right there that we want to, for this question, they want to know what file type it is. Alright, so we're just going to grab this hash, and then the next step is we're going to go to the browser, to the Firefox browser. And right here, you want to go to https://crackstation.net. And this is just an online tool. There's probably a million other ones if you just Google around. So all you have to do is crack hashes right here after you throw it in there. And then it gives you the hash type. But it also cracked the hash for you right here. And the hash is, the password is admin for that hash. Right? And then the hash type is MD4. So that takes care of this question. And it takes care of this question because we got the answer. But they said that they want us to crack hasha.txt using John the Ripper. The issue with us having to crack the hasha.txt using John the Ripper, they don't tell you, but John, that command can't be found on, because we're logged into the target machine, right? So they don't got John the Ripper installed on this. So instead of trying to spend countless hours and everything, what we can do is move this file, the hasha.txt file, from this remote machine to our local machine. So to do that, let's go ahead and exit out of here, clear the screen, and then the command to do that is secure copy command. So SCP, and then what you want to do is put it in, throw these apostrophes up, right? And then you want to go Sarah at, again, I'm getting all this command syntax not off the top of my head, but this was from the previous task where they tell you how to upload a file to a remote machine. That's what we're doing. We're uploading the file. We got to put Sarah at, and then we have to give it the IP address of the remote machine. Paste that guy. And then you got to put a colon, / and then you got to give it the file name. And then you have to throw a backward / to indicate that there's a space. Then server_mail. Then you have to give the file name of the file that we are trying to get onto our machine right here. Then the last part is, where do you want it on this machine? I just did /root, which is the current working directory that I'm in. So once you do that, you hit enter. You're going to have to give Sarah the remote machine's password. So if this was real world scenario, you would have to know the password of the target machine or the remote machine that you're trying to get this information out of to get it on your local machine. Luckily here, we know the password. And then as you can see, 100% hasha.txt. So if you've been following along, it should look like this. And then if you do just the ls to list all the files you see, hasha.txt is now on our local machine where we have John the Ripper. So now all we have to do is that same John the Ripper command that we did before, but this time we have to give it a different format, right? Because the first time the format was MD5 hash type. This time the hash type is going to be MD4. So it'll pretty much be the same command. So we could just pull up this same command, but we're just going to change around some things. Format is going to be MD4 right here. And then, of course, our file name is different, but we're still using that same rocku.txt file as our word list, right? So hash a.txt, run that. As you can see, you get admin. So we successfully did 1, 2 of those answers, and then this third answer right here. So the next question is, what is the hash type stored in the file hashb.txt? Alright, to find that one, again, we're going to go SSH over to that same machine, Sarah, and come in there as the same user, Sarah, and we're just going to find that file over there. So, alright, so it shows us the file path of where that one is, so we're just going to change our directory over there to that. And then we could use cat to open this file, hashb.txt, and we have the hash right there. So, alright, now that we're back here, we're just going to throw the new hash in there instead of that one, and we're going to go crack hashes. The type is SHA-1 for this one, and then again it gives you that result, let me in. So that's the actual password for that hash. Hopefully that's making sense. So that's how I got that answer, and that's how I got that answer. We are going to crack it again using John the Ripper, because they want you to use to get those reps in, right, using John the Ripper. Again, we're going to get that file over to our local machine using that same command that we used earlier to get the hash A file there. So I'm just going to exit out of this machine, and this time I'm going to go ahead and get that hashb.txt file there. So all of this should pretty much still be the same, except for we got a different file path that we got to give it, right? So Sarah. Alright, as you can see right here, we use that same syntax, but we put SHA-1 as the format. Use the same file path and got to that rocku.txt file. We just changed that file, and again it gave us it right here. Alright, so we successfully did this one. And question number 6, the final one is to find a word list with the file extension of .mnf. So that's the word list that we're going to be using this time, not the rocku.txt file. We're going to use that to crack the hash with the file name of hashc.txt. So again, we're going to SSH over there to Sarah. If y'all feeling the content and everything like that, please, you already know, man, go ahead and y'all subscribe and all that there, man, and like the video. Feel me? Alright, once we're logged in as Sarah again, the next step is we want to find both of these files, right? The hash file that has the hash in it, hashc.txt, and then the word list that we're going to be using to crack that hash. Alright, so we found the hashc.txt file, where that's located in this file system. The next thing is we want to find the word list with that .mnf extension. So to do that, we'll use the same command, but since this is an extension, we first of all got to throw up some quotes for it to let the file system know that. We have to put an asterisk there. That asterisk is a wildcard search, so it's going to search for anything that has .mnf as an extension in its name, in the name of the file, and then that should give us, and there's the path for that one. So again, we already know we can't crack any passwords on this machine. So what we're going to have to do is just exit out of this and then use that secure copy command to get those files, both of them over here, onto this local machine from that remote machine into our root directory. So now we have both on there. So one thing that we don't know that they didn't give us in the questions is what type of hash this hashc.txt file has for its hash. So what we're going to use is hash-identifier, and that's a program or a tool that you can use to identify the hash, because I'll show you real quick. Let me get back over here. So let's open that file, the hashc.txt file, right? If you take this hash and you put it into that CrackStation website that we've been using, right? So, and we try to crack it, right? It errors out because it's unknown, blah, 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 all this. This one really is for just, it supports all these different kind of hashes and everything like that. And I had to get creative with this because also when I tried to use hash-identifier tool, for some reason, let me go ahead and get back in the terminal. That hash-identifier, that command is not found. I couldn't figure out how to get it onto this local machine. If anybody could figure it out, please drop it in the comments, put your boy on. I had to get creative with mine, and I went into my own Kali Linux machine right here. This is on my local machine. This is outside of TryHackMe room and everything. This is just on VirtualBox, right? I got a VM for Kali Linux, and then I just use that hash-identifier tool. This already comes installed with Kali Linux, right? That's how it looks right there. So all you have to do is grab that. Get back over there. Grab this hash. All you got to do is copy that. And then paste it into the Kali Linux machine. And it gives you possible hashes. The first one that comes up is SHA-256. So that's what we're going to give John the Ripper, is SHA-256, to go ahead and crack this hash. So let's fly back over there. So all you have to do is John -- format. So it's raw SHA-256. The word list we want to use, which is that MNF file extension file, and then give it the file that has it, and boom, right there, you got it. That's the password, and you just plug that password in there. Alright, that wraps up task 3 and task 4. Appreciate y'all rocking with me to the end of the video. I know I was fumbling and stumbling through that, but hopefully everything made sense and you gained some kind of value. Definitely tap in with your boy for the next video. And as soon as I finish running through this room, I'll definitely go ahead and post a write-up that I did on it already. And I'll just post that so that you can follow along and have the video as a resource. Alright, definitely tap in with your boy on the next video, and I'll see y'all then. Follow.